Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legend of the Stoned Owl. We like to call it LOTSO. And my name is Chris.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Alan.
All right, we are excited about tonight, you guys, because it is our PAX Roundup. Last weekend, we attacked PAX. I mean, seriously, we got all up in there. All of us went down with cameras, all kinds of stuff. We went nuts.
Attacked it in the face.
We totally attacked it in the face. And so we got a bunch of exclusive gameplay footage of Fallout New Vegas. So we're going to be showing that. And we've got a bunch of just epic footage of all kinds of different things. I know you guys have a few of your favorite moments, a couple of your worst moments. You guys got your first hands on Connect, so we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to do a second segment. We're going to take a break, and we'll do some live audience questions because we're having the chat room join us tonight. And we said, okay, guys, if you couldn't be at PAX but you wanted to go, what would be the thing you would ask us? And so the chat room chimed in with their suggestions. We've written all those down, and we'll be featuring those in the second half of the show. All right, gentlemen, with all of that said, let's get into the grab bag. And that epic music means it is time for the grab bag. And this grab bag, we're going to be talking all about Penny Arcade Expo PAX. Now, you guys, what do you guys think? I'll let you guys go first. You guys, I've been to PAX twice. This is your guys' first time. PAX has been around since, I think, 2004. What do you guys think?
It's that young?
Yeah, it's pretty young. It is, indeed.
For how young it is, it's huge. It's
very
way
big.
packed. There's tons of people.
Would you say it was paxed?
Yeah, it was totally
packed.
You know what I want to say to the people that listen to the audio version? This episode is one to watch in the video because we're featuring a ton of exclusive gameplay footage and a ton of just PAX floor footage, so it's a good one to see. Yeah, PAX is massively packed, and it was kind of sometimes a little too crowded. The lines were crazy.
Really hard to walk through. All the lines were packed. But the cool thing, like if you're watching the video right now, there's a lot of people in cosplay. A lot of people dressed up, and it was just weird.
And some really good
fun
ones.
To see.
Some really good ones, and some really slutty ones, which was awesome. And you know, really, that's always kind of one of the things I prefer to enjoy. I thought this year was bigger than last year for sure. I could feel the growth. I felt like the booths were bigger budget booths.
Oh, they looked like there's a lot of work put into those.
Yeah, the booths seemed like they were very, well thought out.
The Mortal Kombat booth had, little screens that people were playing on. Then directly above them were bigger screens so people could watch what they were playing.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat booth was really good.
Yeah, I saw a lot of booths did that actually, where they had the bigger screens above where people could watch, and that was pretty cool.
Did you guys
so if you didn't want to wait in line, you could still see how the gameplay was.
Did you guys see that massively huge plasma screen that Need for Speed had? Just a huge booth.
Yeah.
I think I have a picture of it. I'll call it up for you while we talk about it. But I mean, the Need for Speed booth's display was. I've talked about this a little bit in Jupiter at Night too. I thought that they not only had a really good display and some of the best booth babes, I'll be honest.
You like the booth babes.
I did like the booth babes. I guess I don't have a clip of it. But I thought that they had the best booth babes, but they also had the greatest capacity for demoing and things like that. I just thought all around it was a pretty good booth from both in a gameplay experience. Oh, here's a shot of the huge plasma if you're watching the video version. You don't really see the scope of it, but I'd say it was probably... I have a 60-inch plasma in my living room, and I would say it was twice as large as my plasma.
All I know is that Need for Speed game, I'm really hoping that it's kind of like the first one that came out for the 360, the Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one was fun, and Justin and I have both been wanting one that is like that again, because we enjoyed the hell out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked. I actually thought I was kind of impressed. I really liked, and I kind of feel like a dork for saying this, but for some reason, I feel like OnLive kind of gets a bad shake. And I thought for a new company, they had a pretty good booth. They had a pretty good display.
They were hounding.
Yeah, I thought
it wasn't in a prime location, but it was gigantic.
Well, they set up a bunch of mini booths too. Like at some of their partner booths, they had like little representatives.
And they were all out on the street handing out flyers and stuff.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get the word out. I understand.
They did a good job. I definitely, before I even walked into anything, it was like, all right, well, OnLive's here.
Yeah. We're looking at the Microsoft booth right now. You can see it's really open, and they have some Halo Reach gameplay. They have all kinds of different stuff. They also have one of the games I got to look at, which is one that I'm walking away with titling this one my least disappointed. Like I thought, oh, this is going to be, just like I'm gonna hate this game. And I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about this a little bit on LOTSO earlier. It was the new Age of Empires online game, and I got a chance to look at it, and it's not actually as bad as I thought. First of all, it's not browser based, which is what there was an erroneous report online that Age of Empires Online was going to be a browser only game. It is a full download and install. It's also going to be free to play, which is cool. So you'll probably have to purchase the game. They didn't say, they wouldn't say. But it does mean that there won't be a monthly fee to play it. And it's going to be one part online, like where you can trade with friends, kind of a la Farmville and We Rule. And I sincerely mean that. And there's also going to be quests and things like that you can do that you can go off and play by yourself, or you can do a co-op.
These kind of games just don't do it for me.
It's hardcore casual. Do you like real-time strategies at all?
Yeah, some of them. Well, I used to really like the Command and Conquer, and
I think this could be a fun game if you play it really sparingly.
I'd rather play StarCraft.
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
But
yeah,
I don't know. We gotta go and play some of the Kinect stuff though.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I don't know. It was.
Now I'm gonna say
I'm excited for it.
I kind of thought Alan's a Kinect doubter. So are you such a doubter now?
I don't know. The game is very simple. Like we played a racing game, and it was a lot of fun.
That's an early title, though.
But exactly. And there was no gas. You're just steering with your hands and everything.
Yeah.
And doing tricks by leaning and stuff. But it had really good recognition, I thought.
Well, they have the ability to combine regular controller use with Kinect. So you could have like a controller in your hand to control some stuff. Justin, what were your impressions?
I liked it. They didn't have the camera in the best spot.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird, but...
So you had to hold your hands at a certain level?
Well, it's like when you put your hand on, like, at the screen.
Yeah.
Like, where you think, like, so you're pointing it at the left hand of the screen like you think it should be.
Yeah.
It was actually above the screen because the camera was up further.
Oh, I can see right now you're actually having a difficulty with it right now. So the camera was sort of cutting you off, basically.
Yeah, so I had to bring my hand down towards where I feel to be the middle of the TV.
Couldn't they just tilt the camera up?
They just built the booth stupid, it seems like. I asked him why, and he said, he didn't really have an answer.
They just said it was bad placement.
Yeah, and that's the way all the booths were, so it was a little weird, but once you got my hand in there, it moved. It felt right.
Oh, yeah?
It felt crazy.
Accurate?
It just felt crazy, just actually sitting there moving your hand around and watching things happen.
Was it tight? Did it feel like it had a good lock on you?
It wasn't the best quality game. So it was
hard to judge.
Yeah, it was hard to judge.
But for what it was, like at first I was, I did a hard turn because I thought, I'd really have to crank the wheel. But then, it just turned out, just like it would be driving. You do the light little turns and everything. And
yeah.
I mean, if you're watching the video, you can see, sometimes we had to crank it hard, but other times, it's just nice and light.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of fun. It definitely has me really interested in Kinect now.
Would you try one of the exercise programs?
Yeah, why not?
Jeremy and I are seriously considering trying to set up a Jupiter at Night like exercise regiment. And
I don't think I'd do that, but...
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I had a good time. I'll be honest. I'm just doing this because I want to do this on the internet. I had a good time with some of the booth babes. I did enjoy meeting them and introducing myself to them, telling them about Jupiter Broadcasting and Legend of the Stoned Owl, getting to know them. All the different booths do these displays. The ones I'm showing right now are from the Need for Speed booth, and they were a couple of nice girls. Alan, did you want to get that text message real quick? What was I going to talk about after I talked about I had a game.
I don't know. I just wanted to say, we didn't really play a lot of the Move stuff, but we did get to see some of the. This is on the Sony.
The PlayStation Eye.
Yeah, and this is an Ewok playing the game. But this was a kind of a cool game. It definitely needs a lot of work. Kung Fu Live. It's a side scroller, kind of smash 'em up where you're punching and kicking and. It represents your image on the screen.
You see that, Chris?
Mm-hmm. So even the guy that's in the Ewok suit, when he's playing the game, he turns up as an Ewok suit on the actual game.
Yeah.
Then, I gave it a try, and they had some like special moves where you jumped up in the air and, you had to crash down, and it made you jump really high. And
so it worked pretty accurately.
It was a lot of fun.
So it was kind of Kinect-like.
Yeah, kind of. Some of it seemed a little glitchy and stuff, but
oh, really?
As a general fun little game, yeah. It was I was smiling and laughing and
That's fun.
showing my little pudge.
Attaboy.
Look at how short Alan is on the screen.
Yeah, I'm about as tall as the Ewok, I think.
That's funny.
I shot some lightning out of my hand, and that was pretty cool.
That's not bad.
I gotta say, I enjoyed that.
Was that a move you did to trigger that?
Yeah, you had to do like it's kind of like a yoga move almost. Like
That's kind of badass.
Yeah, they had like a bunch of different ones. Like if you
you have to actually learn the move.
Yeah, they had a little thing up in the corner, and you know it was fun.
I just gotta say too, with the Kinect, it was, you know, the Wii and everything. You still got the remote in your hand, so you still feel like, you know. But once that remote's out of your hand and you're actually lifting your hand up to move things on a screen, it's like it feels so weird.
Huh.
It was the craziest feeling I've ever had playing a video game. Just moving the mouse around.
Yeah.
Moving the whatever, the reticle, and you know, you just hold it on something. But just
it's different than when you play on the iPod or the iPad?
It was ridiculously different. When you don't have touching or an actual controller in your hands, nothing in your hands, it was a trip. It's seriously, I was thinking about it really hard, just how weird it was. I couldn't get it out of my head.
Really?
It's
like it's just sensing you.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Is that how the move felt as well?
Well, like I don't know, because I don't think that was an actual move game. That was just the camera eye.
Okay.
But at the same time, the move is probably, I'm going to say it's better than the Wii just for me, because it's going to be a little more for, you know, serious gamers and not people that just want to play tennis.
Mm-hmm.
So the PlayStation Move, I know it's going to be, you know, as decent as the Wii and probably better games, but there's still the controllers in your hands. You still got that weight, and you know, you're still pointing them in directions and stuff when you just have both your hands free. You know, it's a totally different way of doing things, and I think it's smart now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I love it. I think it's great now that you can push things around with your hands in the game. You don't have to hold something.
Ooh, you're able to like push blocks.
I guess
stuff?
the PlayStation Eye's like that, but it's not nearly as smart as the Kinect.
Well, because the Kinect's got the infrared. Does maybe the Eye has infrared too? I don't know.
I don't know. Now I'm pretty sure that when it comes out, I'm gonna be getting it.
I'm not going to reserve it. I mean, I want it bad.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that's a big upgrade from
even
both you guys.
just
I wanted
a
it
demo.
from the beginning.
Yeah, I was way more doubtful. I didn't think it would be able to do as good as it did. And just off that little demo,
I'm going to put a link in the show notes. Buy it through the link in the show notes. That way Jupiter Broadcasting gets...
I can't reserve it at GameStop through the show notes.
Oh, Amazon is what we do. Right,
I know, but I can't get a day of.
Right, you're an asshole. I hate you a little bit. You know what I want to talk about is the Tron booth was actually surprisingly epic. First of all, they had a ginormous glass Tron display up, and then inside this Tron display is... some Tron gameplay, and this is a LOTSO exclusive.
Is it?
It is a LOTSO exclusive.
Haven't seen it? Have you looked for it anywhere else?
This is not. Yes. Don't make me say any more than I need to. All right, it's a LOTSO exclusive. Let's leave it at that.
Awesome.
So it first of all looks fun. It looks probably not like it's going to be a crazy great game. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really looking forward to this.
It looks like an arcade game to me.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll probably give it a. You know, I like these damn Tron games. I like all these like the open source games that are based off and all these different ones where you gotta block the other guy. And this just looks like a really epic version on a racetrack of that. And if you could do this like in a live kind of situation, this is a. Oh, actually, I think this is a PlayStation game.
Do you personally know the person who let you look at this? Are you like friends with them at all?
No.
Okay. The way I kind of felt PAX was, I guess, is another general impression. But the shittier the game, the more they wanted to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Because you walk past Fallout, dude, they ain't saying shit to you.
Right.
You walk past Halo, they're just walking around looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
But when you walk past Tron, oh, come and check this out. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And
and they had a PR guy there on the floor.
That's another thing I don't like. I don't, you know, like the ladies you had there. I'd rather those 4 plastic ladies were smart people who made the game.
I agree.
Because once I asked somebody, every time I asked somebody anything, I asked, did you work on this game? And if they said yes or no.
Dude, you were on the spot. I'm going to be honest with you. You were Johnny on the spot with people in there. That was awesome.
Yeah, he didn't care. It was perfect.
He was right up and asking the hard questions. It was epic. So, I mean, that was cool. I liked that. What'd you guys take away from the Mortal Kombat booth?
I don't know. It just seems like more of the same.
I thought so. Cool. I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah,
really.
it looked gross.
I want it.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend $60 for it.
No, I might wait for it to go on sale.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I might wait
it
for
will
it to
go
fall
on
off
sale
the
too. Now, I want to talk just real quick about a little Sonic 4.
Yeah, I got to play it for a bit. It was pretty fun. It was, more of what you'd expect. It was Sonic.
Yeah.
But it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And
see, like the guy I was talking to in here, he was a guy that worked for the advertising firm.
Yeah, I know.
Of Sonic.
I stopped and asked him about it too, and I said, so yeah, he didn't work for Sega.
No, he's.
But this is some.
But he was totally cool.
This is some good gameplay footage. I'm going to say it looks a lot like what I'd expect a traditional Sonic game to look like. I guess
It looks like they added more moves in with in the air, kind of popping around.
Mm-hmm.
They did. You have like an auto lock on your enemies and stuff, and if you end up like going to a spring, you can auto lock onto that. So
that's cool. And this water stream
it
is
keeps
cool.
the flow of it a lot better. So you're more zooming than you were before. You don't get stuck in spots, which for Sonic is perfect.
It looks fun, but do we know? Is it a download title or is
yeah, it's an arcade.
Oh,
so
this is great.
I'll probably be picking it up if I have money in my
I agree. I think
marketplace.
I think this is going to be a good one. I think it's going to be just a good retro one.
As long as you don't expect anything but the same exact thing with better moves, then I think it'll be perfect.
I agree.
Right.
All right, so that's the Sega booth. It was good to actually see it because, honestly, until now, a lot of the stuff we'd seen wasn't the actual gameplay footage. It was a approximation of what they think they could do. And so it was actually good to see the actual, real, legitimate game for a change. Did you guys want to talk about, is this the 3D one?
Yeah, that was the other thing that we took a look at was the 3D. We kind of try to do it with the camera with the
held the lens up, but that only filters out the one side.
Right, so you can kind of tell what it does. I mean, you cannot play it without the glasses.
It's very blurry without the glasses.
And with the glasses, the 3D,
if you saw Avatar 3D, it's about as textured as Avatar 3D. It's not super deep. It has some layers to it. It adds like a couple extra layers, right? Isn't that what your opinion was? Now, I didn't play a very good game for it. The game they had loaded was very flat. The
graphics on the game were horrible.
Well, this is a different game.
Horrible. I hated them.
This isn't a great game for 3D either, but the game I played was a completely different one. I mean, it was just kind of like, what's going on here, guys?
All the 3D I saw, I did not like.
Yeah,
it did not feel.
Now, the one thing I didn't get
good.
to do. Did you guys see that they had?
Like?
It felt forced. It felt. I don't know. When I saw it, it felt
schwartzed,
hard on my eyes. Jeremy thought that. It gave him a headache almost.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to play it. I think I would get dizzy and I'd throw up all over.
They had
a
setup there that I didn't get a chance to look at. I don't know. It might not have been working at the time. Of 3 monitors, and I kind of like to see it with 3 monitors. See what that'd be like. That could be pretty, immersive. That could be like some intense.
I have to buy 2 other monitors. It's the only way to play.
So I know one of the things you guys want to talk about real bad, is the Fallout booth.
Yeah.
So let's do this, you guys. What'd you guys think?
Really excited for Fallout.
I was excited before I played this just because it's going to be the same game in a different place. I'm currently playing Fallout 3 for the 3rd time.
Just in anticipation of it. And they had a great booth. They had a dinosaur display up. I mean, it looked like a real good display, and they had lots of gameplay options available. Now, this one was a no cameras allowed booth. So if you're watching the video version right now, what you're seeing is
really quick before they told us to turn it off.
Yeah. Now, we're putting this in here because we think it's news coverage, and LOTSO covers the gaming industry. So, in our opinion, it's a fair rights use to use that clip because we feel that it's exactly the type of thing that this show is exactly designed to cover. So, therefore, we're going to show you exactly what we got. What else? What other gameplay footage do you have for Fallout? Because I've got a couple of long clips here I can load up.
Load it up.
All right. I'll show one that I got. I wanted to say that my general impression is that if you know and love Fallout, you're going to be completely familiar with this experience. I don't even really know Fallout that well, and I already recognized like the entire heads-up display that you can bring up.
The Pit-Boy.
Yeah. I mean, and I thought the environments looked extremely detailed. I was really impressed with that.
They look better than, and that's the knock that everybody has against Fallout is how bland it is.
Yeah.
But that's because it was blown up by a nuclear fucking bomb.
Right.
So you're not going to get a lot of color in a world that's been nuked.
But that's what they said about this one is because it's in Vegas and stuff. It is going to be more colorful. They actually have electricity. It's just the Fallout. It wasn't directly hit.
And you can go in casinos, and that's going to add some color and things like that, right?
Oh yeah. No, get this game. Just go and get it. it'll be fun.
Are you guys gonna call this the best game of the year? Do you think, is that your prediction?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a lot of titles there, and I'll tell you, this booth definitely had a pretty excited energy around it. People were just standing there watching other people play because they just were happy to see it. I mean, there was a lot of excitement around this game, and I don't know, the Halo Reach booth and stuff like that, excitement, but I think people, it's coming soon. It's not quite so like, oh, this is it. This is what I wanted to see kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, just like those games, it is kind of more of the same, but that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, I think I'm going to be adding that to the must buy. Now, is there any other games you guys wanted to cover before we jump into Fallout?
There's Infamous 2.
All right. Tell me about Infamous 2.
Infamous 2 looks exactly like Infamous 1.
Oh, so I'm not that excited?
No, and I shouldn't have expected anything else.
Harsh.
Because they just got that, dog shit combo system where it's, square, 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 square.
Yeah.
And they talked about, we added this new weapon, and the weapon's just square, 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 square.
It's always just the same kind of crap.
There's no combos, and so with a game like that, dude, you need to have something going on besides, I don't want to just be doing mindless thumping like Dynasty Warriors.
They had a great booth, though, with with electricity.
Yeah, I took one of their free T-shirts.
Yeah, you bet.
And then I got done playing it, and I turned around and I asked the guy that I said, you work on this game? And he said, yeah.
Did they actually let you talk to a dev or something?
I don't know who he was. He seemed kind of, I don't know, bottom rung, because he didn't seem to know what I was asking, or he didn't have a good answer enough for me.
Oh, really?
Because I said, what's up with the combat? You guys sticking with the one-button combat again? And he goes, oh, no, this is just the early build. We'll probably be fleshing that out. And so that's not something you just flesh out and bring for everybody to play.
Yeah.
You want to... Yeah, he was full of shit.
Yeah, it's not that far off where they're going to be changing that much in the game.
Yeah, that's a pretty big mechanics change to make, and when you're already... I mean, this is coming out in October, isn't it?
No, this is far off.
Oh, is it? I thought it was like really soon. Oh, okay. All right. Well, then maybe it's possible they could still be.
It is possible, but
especially if it's based on the old engine, maybe they've just been using the majority of that. Before we go too much further, too, a few people on Twitter have asked me if we saw any Star Wars: The Old Republic gameplay, and we definitely did. Unfortunately, it was actually the same stuff we saw last year at PAX. Only now it was more exposed. They had more booths out, lots of people playing. It looked good. I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, every time I look at the game, I get less excited about it. And I know that's going to get me some hate out there with our audience, because I know we have some people out there that are a fan of it, but I don't know. I'm going to check it out, absolutely. I'd like to get in the beta. But the spoken dialogue aspect of it, which is what they're really pushing in this game, it felt like sometimes people were sitting there at a dialogue for almost like 5 minutes without playing the game. And it just felt like a really long time. Now, on the other hand, the voice acting sounded really good, what I could see, and the graphics look really good. They didn't have any space, any of the space stuff yet. It was all ground combat still. So, I don't really have any comment to say on that. I was really hoping to see some of the space combat. I did like some of the things. Like, they had a pretty good mini-map system. I hadn't gotten a chance to see that before. It did feel very Star Wars-y. I thought their map system was kind of neat.
I don't know. Not really interested in this game.
I know you guys aren't. It's not really up your... You guys aren't, You guys are not really big MMOers to begin with. Not that I am.
Oh, speaking of MMOs.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? What do you got?
Vindictus.
Yeah, okay.
Our interview with that guy. We got to talk to this guy.
Tell me about that.
It was great. It was the best thing I did at PAX.
Oh, by far. It
wasn't the best game, and it wasn't, the thing that I'm looking forward to most, but...
So they had like a hotel ballroom reserved.
It was a suite.
And they had a table set up with a bunch of gameplay, and they had a buffet table, and they just were talking about the game. Right?
Yeah, and that guy was getting hammered.
It was like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Was he one of the developers or one of the guys?
He's like one of the main guys.
And he's sitting there. That's awesome. He's sitting there having a drink, talking about his game.
He's nerves, man.
So tell me about what's. I don't really know anything about Vindictus. Is there anything you can?
It's a free to play MMO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's the game he said was called. He considered it more of a MMO action game.
Huh. Oh. Jeremy's been telling me a lot about this one actually, and it does look like a little more fast paced. You might like that, dude.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. That's kind of up your alley.
I had some beef with it, and it was cool too. Cause
what didn't you like?
You can only attack in one way, so whichever way you're facing is the way you're gonna attack. So if there's somebody coming up behind you,
you gotta completely turn around.
Yeah, you gotta click the mouse or whatever and spin the screen.
That's because they're trying to make it feel more first person.
Yeah, it threw me off. It took a bit. I think I could definitely get used to it. And for free to play, if Justin wants to play, I'm definitely down.
Oh yeah, free to play changes the whole game. So what's the money to make? Did they tell you what their money making angle was?
Microtransactions.
So they're gonna have a store where you can buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and I asked him if he could earn anything because there's these other games that are coming out. I forget what it is, but they say it's free to play, and you can buy certain equipment. But if you're willing to put in the time, you can get the equipment through the game without paying.
Is that the same case with this game?
It didn't seem like it.
Oh, it seemed like you'd have to pay.
Yeah, if you wanted certain things.
Oh, really? Okay, that's making it less attractive. Because I actually almost sometimes kind of like the challenge of just trying to do it without paying.
Oh yeah, no, you can get through the entire game, the entire story,
Vindictus?
and everything. Yeah, without paying.
Oh, I thought Justin was saying it kind of seems like they're trying to make you pay.
No,
they are
for cosmetic stuff. A lot of cosmetic type
weapons
stuff. He said.
And,
but see, when you start selling weapons, that makes it kind of unbalanced a little bit. Makes the rich have better stuff.
But it's also nice too that if you don't play that much, if you just want to enjoy the game, then you can.
That's exactly what I would do.
Buy the good weapons and just enjoy it, and not have to grind it out.
And that's my take on it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I would do because I just want to have fun. I just want to relax and chillax. So so that's Vindictus. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
There's also a pretty good showing of some enthusiast Xbox mods. I didn't really even realize this was a thing people did, but there were some good ones.
Oh, it was crazy.
They had a good display of different people that had done some really good high-tech looking stuff, and I mostly saw the 360s, but there were also a few PlayStations that are done too.
Everybody likes that 360 because it's cheaper if you got to spend $2,000 on the outside of it.
It did honestly feel like the 360 was a little bit bigger player there, didn't it?
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah. I mean, the PlayStation, though, you got to respect it. It had some seriously good-looking stuff. I mean, it just felt like I was surprised how many games were not exclusive. A lot of games were multi-platform launches.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it felt like, I don't know, a couple of years ago, things were exclusively 360, exclusively PlayStation. And I feel like that's kind of changing, not completely, but in a lot of them.
I know. There's only pretty much existing franchises. There's not a whole lot of new franchises coming out anymore that are exclusive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's my take on it, but a lot of indie gamers were there too, and that's one of the things I think we should give PAX credit to is they're not just console, they're not just PC, and they're not just big gamers. They're also indie companies.
And Magic cards.
Yeah, and the D&D and tabletop and everything.
I know Jeremy walked away really impressed, at least I think he did, with the Lego Universe stuff, and he got some exclusive shots of that, which I don't think this has been out yet, but the beta's coming out, so probably a lot of the stuff will come out. So he was getting a tour by one of the Lego guys of it, and I thought it was pretty cool that he got that. I don't know. He seemed pretty excited. He said one of the things, it's an online game, but it has different different gameplay modes. So you can get like into a little rocket ship, and now you're flying around and you're racing.
Did you build it?
Yeah, you build
stuff. Your vehicles?
Yes.
Any way you want?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know what the limitations are, but you build your equipment and...
Because, did you ever play...
Build your race car?
There's a Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and they had the craziest... You could create anything you wanted to.
See how when he busts stuff up, he busts them into blocks, and then I believe you get... It's almost like a really sophisticated... Or I don't know, I'm totally talking out my ass, but my understanding is it's a crafting system. It's essentially a crafting system, but with Legos. That sounds kind of cool.
It could definitely be a lot of fun. I have no idea.
I'll sign up for that beta, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a free online code.
I mean, it's cool, and they have racing in
it.
Yeah. You did, yeah.
Do I?
Maybe.
We'll see.
I'll have fun with Lego. I'll play Fallout, dicks.
Yeah, you said you're not giving it back anyways.
You know what I got, and I haven't had a chance to play yet, but I'm probably be talking about in a, and I'm going to kind of segue into this, a future LOTSOs. I got the new Metroid M. What is it?
Metroid M.
Other M. That's what it is. Other M. So I'm going to do a review of that eventually in LOTSO. Eventually.
So like a year from now, look forward to that.
No, come on now. I was trying to see, there was the Disney booth, which was really intense, and I know
the Epic Mickey.
Do you have any of that footage? Because I wanted to really... what they did is they set up this massive booth of white boxes, just white squares all over the place. They're like essentially big projectors that they could project onto, and so they had gameplay footage all over the walls of their booth, which is kind of intense and kind of awesome. It looked, I don't know, it gave it a very dark mood, and then they had animators there that you could meet. It was a really, I think, probably the most unique booth I've ever seen ever. And they had paintings there of the from the gameplay. And they had gameplay booths where people could get their hands on this epic.
I don't know. I'm just excited about the game. Like,
are you really?
Yeah, I don't have a Wii, so I probably won't end up playing it unless one of you guys gets it. But this was something I'm definitely looking forward to as soon as I heard about it, and it's going to be a little. I was kind of pissed that it's only coming out to the Wii.
And what'd you think of their booth with the projector and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, I thought
all the booths look cool.
It was kind of a dark Mickey Mouse.
That's what the whole thing's about.
I know. It surprised me to actually see it.
I don't know. That's what
I don't know. I mean, it's one thing to say it's going to be a dark Mickey Mouse. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, Mickey Mouse is going to have a frown. What? And then you actually see it. And I don't know. It was actually kind of.
It's epic.
Yeah, it was epic,
as you would say.
Now, I guess we probably shouldn't sign off without talking about the Duke Nukem stuff.
It was there. Gearbox is making it.
That's about what we know.
The line was
epic.
Stupid long.
And the booth had epic security.
But they did have a lot of cool pictures on the outside.
It's true. I did like the Duke Nukem pictures. That did win me some points. But neither one of us on the panel, none of us on the panel got a chance to play it. Jeremy got his hands on it, and his general take was it was okay.
I know. They're making way too big of a deal out of this. The more, the bigger this, like, the hype gets, the worse this game's going to be off in the long run.
You know what was epic for me to see, though, is they were pimping the new Back to the Future game. They didn't have any gameplay footage, but they had a DeLorean out in the lobby.
The DeLorean.
They had the DeLorean. And so I got all up in that DeLorean. I actually went inside the DeLorean here and panned around. I was like, this is probably where Doc Brown would fart, was right here. And then I got the flux capacitor. I wanted to make sure I got all that stuff in there. I was geeking out. No, dude.
I took a couple pictures by it.
Did you?
Justin snapped some photos of me.
Nice, buddy. So it was pretty cool. That was definitely sweet to see that. It's made me a little nostalgic because I'm such a fan. But any other takeaways, you guys, before we wrap this part up?
No.
No? You guys got it? All right. Well, we'll get into the live feedback section, see what people want to know in the next Grab Bag segment. And now it's time for the audience grab bag segment. These are questions we're taking live from the chat room as the show goes, and we've curated a couple of our favorites already. So let's throw them at you guys. You ready?
Yes.
First one up comes from Rikai from the chat room. He says, guys, I got a question for you. What titles were each of you most disappointed about not being at PAX? And he wants different answers from each of us.
Justin.
L.A. Noire.
Ah, damn it. I should have gone first.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was surprised.
I'm always disappointed that Rockstar doesn't do anything with those expos or anything, but,
it's not their style, I guess, huh?
I guess not, but I was really excited to see the way that game looked after all the hype about the cameras and everything.
Right.
Yeah, even if it was just, video footage of that, not, necessarily a full demo, that would have been cool.
Yeah, just to see something.
Yeah.
All right, dude, what about you?
That was going to be the one that I picked, so...
But you can't
Okay, you go first and I'll think about it.
So,
you know what that means?
What?
He's not going to be listening to what you're saying because he's trying to figure out something to say for himself.
He'll tune it out as soon as I say this anyways. Mine was that Cryptic wasn't there with Star Trek Online.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I just would have liked to seen something. I'm sorry. It's just they're doing a lot of stuff with the game right now, and I think they could be there showing that off.
Just how big of a shit would you make in your pants if you went and they showed you the same exact game with different words? I mean, that's...
Would you think it was awesome? A new expansion pack that really wasn't a whole lot?
I don't really think so. I think they just need to be letting the gaming community know about them. Just there to just so people can learn about the game they don't know about it. That's why EVE Online is there.
Well, the kind of people, too, that have or that are playing Star Trek Online are the people that have known about it since, it came out beforehand. So,
but if you could go there and if you're kind of you're at PAX, so you're more likely to be a geek. And well, come on, right? And then if you might stop by the Star Trek booth. Oh, you know what? I've heard about this Star Trek game. I'll check it out. It might happen. I don't know, man. I'm sure they probably figured what you're saying now. It's just
If you know about Star Trek, you probably already know about that game.
Yeah. All right, dude. Now, did you think of one?
Yes, I did, because I honestly thought about this when we were leaving the show.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
DJ Hero.
Yep. I was actually disappointed that DJ Hero 2 wasn't there. I kind of wanted it.
There's so many of those games there, though.
I know, but those other games, screw it. I'm done with them. I know what those are all like, but except for the keyboard on the new keyboards they're doing on like Rock Band and stuff, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, okay.
But with the DJ Hero, I just wanted to see how it played, like if they changed up the controller at all, you know. That's all. Basically, I just wanted to see if they changed up the controller, really.
I guess
if it feels any different.
They must have not had anything to show, dude.
I guess not.
That's the only judgment we are left to make when they no-show. All right, the next question from the chat room comes from Cat in the Engine. Cat in the Engine asks, what games do you want to see brought to the Kinect? Now that you've tried it out, what do you think? Maybe like a Left 4 Dead on Kinect, Cat in the Engine suggests?
I'm thinking of a basketball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you're going to have that immediately. I'm just going to be one of the first few titles out.
But I want a full-fledged one. You know, I don't want to be playing with, you know, the kind of like what they do with the Wii with your Wii.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool too because they can do you know, they can do horse games like we play and, you know, around the world. All those kind of games you could play with a basketball game, just little shooting competitions.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd love that.
I'm excited to see what they can do with combinations of Kinect and the controller. Like, you know, does Braid, I can't remember in Braid, do you get like kind of like a fireball effect like you get in Mario?
I've never
a gun
played
of some kind. That guy had a pretty cool booth story too, we should maybe mention later. But I would like to play a game with the controller, but then be able to augment actions with my hand. Like if I could push my hand out and fire the fireball, poof, poof, poof,
right.
You know, I think that would be really cool. Just every now and then. I don't know.
And see, that's why I'm interested to see it in like kind of maybe first-person shooters because, you know, not for running around, but for turning and kind of, you know, aiming at the screen. I think it could be, if they did it right, it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some, I mean, the titles that are coming out, I think, initially at Kinect are going to kind of pigeonhole people's expectations of that into a very casual platform. But I think as the bigger titles get in there and some of the more creative Xbox Live titles get in there, there's going to be a lot to see. I think Move is going to be more serious out of the gate. I really do. For some reason, I just get a more mature feeling from Move. Their boost, not all of their games, but you know, some of their games had like shooting and more things that were like combat style, whereas the Kinect boosts were more sports and exercise and jumping and stuff like that. So I think the Kinect's going to have a hurdle to get over on the public perception at first, but once it does, I think we'll get some pretty cool integration. I'm looking forward. Now, Rikai's got the last question here from the chat room.
Before we go on to that one, really quick in the chat room, 50-fold Chris wanted to know, is PAX still growing, and how big is too big for these things?
It's too big now, I think. And they sold out. You know, they sold
out in days.
Yeah, and it's too crowded now. It's kind of a bummer, really, but it works. I mean, we managed.
It was really cool that they let since we got media passes. Thank you. They let us go in an hour early on Saturday.
Yeah,
and that wasn't enough time at all. I mean, maybe if they did it every day, that would be something.
You know, they
needed like 2 hours,
and I couldn't make it because I had a family funeral to go to, and I was so bummed because it's so busy there that it's hard to ask some of the questions. I mean, Justin, I think, did the best job out of all of us actually getting in there and asking the questions.
Oh, yeah. Most of the time I turn around and be like, oh, crap, he's talking to someone. Like, hopefully I got a shot of it.
Yeah, so we needed more of the press time because there's a lot of questions we just didn't get a chance to get answered. And so, although we did get a lot of follow-up contact email addresses, so maybe we can make some of those contacts happen.
Yeah, hopefully later.
I mean, we didn't get anybody too important. Well, they are important to their games, but, you know, it's not going to be anybody anybody's heard of.
Well.
But it's going to be people that...
It's people that matter.
They built a game for Kinect. We got this one guy that did the driving game. I got his email.
Oh, yeah?
And I want to talk to him. I want to know how that whole entire thing works, you know? Yeah, especially for you. Yeah. You could ask him a lot of good questions.
I'd love to ask some of the actual like implementation and technology stuff. Now, Rikai has the final question. He says, guys, what'd you walk away with from Portal? Are you guys Portal enthusiasts?
Yes. I really enjoyed the first one. Justin and I played it together. We just made sure we didn't advance the levels too much. You know, we just
we didn't play it. We just played at the same time over Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And we just asked where each other.
So
were
you're
at
definitely looking forward to the co-op then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. One thing that I'm kind of nervous about is this game might be too damn hard.
Oh, I don't think so, dude.
I don't know.
I was watching that video outside of the demo or outside of the booth. And some of the stuff that guy was doing just by himself was insane.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even understand when he was doing it. Like, oh, because you think like, okay, I see what he's doing. That makes total sense. And it was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, where is he shooting? Okay, now he's shooting out there. Like, but I love the first one. I'm super excited. I got a Portal shirt.
There's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more gameplay mechanics in it now. Like there's a gel thing, and you can alter the water flow and things like that. And there's, I don't know, I think there's a lot of new like there's a wave carrier thing where you can use it to move stuff. And I mean, I think it's going to be one of those that's going to be, this type of game is going to be so rewarding when you figure stuff out.
Oh, that was the thing about the first one. You just felt really good. Like if
we almost felt like we were cheating, talking to each other so much.
A lot of times we'd wait, and if I'd get pissed off if Justin figured it out before me. So after a while, I just give up and be like, okay, dude, just tell me like one little spot. Like, where do I shoot it? I can figure it out from there.
Funny. That's too funny. See, I would love to be able to play this with somebody, because I played it on my own, and I don't know. Although I had my wife there a lot with me, and sometimes we'd be like, do you think it's over here? Where do you think it's at? Where's it? I think did I already go over here once before? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a really kind of just a fun, like, non-combat. Although there is more combat in this, it looks like, from what we saw.
Just little robots.
That stuff is like flubber, isn't it?
Yeah.
You bounce off of it. I just saw that. That's pretty cool.
I think there's different types too that do different things.
And they do a good job of having a story without having a great story. It's so flat, and the story's practically ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's, they do a good job within the story, not making it bad or good. It's good. I like it. It's enjoyable.
I think so too, and I
think
it's
like a guinea
fun.
pig feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's awesome is because I didn't even realize through playing it that I was a girl.
I did when I looked in the mirror. I looked through one of the portals at myself.
I didn't realize it. They just told me.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But it didn't matter at all.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because it was me.
It actually took me a while to realize Samus was a girl.
Oh, I didn't know that until I was told.
I mean,
but I never played the game, so why would I know?
I like Metroid. So, Portal 2 is on my absolutely must-buy list.
Oh yeah, when it comes out, we'll be reviewing it.
Yeah, and there's been some questions. How does this compare to E3 and stuff like that? I've never been to E3, but I know this is a smaller scale game. But
E3 is gigantic.
Yeah.
They had Cirque du Soleil there last year. Microsoft did.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. They said it was completely awkward and
really weird and not enjoyable.
Yeah, they said it was more awkward than anything.
Huh. Well, so I hope everybody's enjoyed this kind of look at some of the stuff we got to see at PAX. I had a blast. I'm going next year. You guys going next year?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And it was a good vibe. It was a good community there. People were a lot of people dressed up, a lot of people in good spirits. People there just all about the kind of culture of the game. There was concerts around the entire thing. You never felt like you were the geekiest person in the room. That's for sure.
Oh, hell no. And we should also give Chris's immune system a hand.
Yeah. No swine flu
done,
this year. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Well, I mean, yeah, because this would be like the incubation period should be over by now, right?
Oh, yeah, you totally would have been sick by now.
I'm totally in the clear.
Puking on your nuts, dude.
Dude, it was awful last time. That swine flu was no joke. The PAX plague was real. It was rough. All right, guys. Well, oh shoot! I'm glad I almost forgot this, but now Halo Reach is coming up, and we've had a lot of people asking us about Halo Reach, so you're gonna want to tune in Friday the 24th live over at JupiterBroadcasting.com/live. That's gonna be 9 p.m. Pacific. Probably maybe
specific time.
Even a little earlier. That's GMT -8. I don't know what that is UTC.
But by 9 we will be up. Hopefully earlier. But
yeah, go over to JupiterBroadcasting.com/calendar to get like the actual air times for all the live shows. And there's also a time zone converter over there. There's a link where you can convert it to your time zone. But we really want to do a live Halo Reach gameplay session. We want to get you in the chat room. We want to get on Xbox Live with you guys, and we're gonna record it, and then. Guys, I don't know.
We're going to play with you.
We're going to play with them. And then I was thinking we'd have our immediate reactions to the gameplay and all the stuff on the show. We'll include some of the gameplay in the show. And then what would be really cool is if we took a break. And I don't know how we could do it, but wouldn't it be cool to do like sports commentary on some of the gameplay? Like even do like the white draw thing?
Yes. Or at least we could talk about it.
No, I think we could do it. No, we could draw right there on the screen.
We could green screen it and do it like a weatherman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could just like how we do these shots. We just get a little draw tool on the screen. We could totally do it. And so we could replay back some of the gameplay and be like, oh, yeah, see what this guy did here, and he moved over here, and he killed this guy.
Let's do that.
That seems like a better thing for Portal.
I know. Totally for Portal.
Oh, we got to stop talking about this and finish the show.
All right. So that's what we want to do on the 24th. So tune in, and so you get to play live with us, and then we're going to kind of talk about our experiences and break down the gameplay and analyze it for you guys. And it should be a pretty fun Halo Reach event. We're also working on a few other things to see if they can work out for us, including maybe attending a live Halo Reach launch event here at a local gaming spot. But anyways, I think that's everything we have for you this week. Now, LOTSO is a fortnightly release. That means every 2 weeks LOTSO comes out. I know that screws with a lot of you because, 2 weeks is a long time. And trust me, we almost forget. But do go over to JupiterBroadcasting.com and check out some of the old episodes of LOTSO. And if you enjoyed this episode, there's the RSS feeds that you can subscribe to. You can get it in HD or the iPod version or audio or whatever you would like because you can watch it any way you want to do it. All right, guys?
Yes.
There you have it. Well, until next in 2 weeks, guys, we'll see you then. And thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Legend of the Stoned Owl. Legend of the Stoned Owl is produced over at JupiterBroadcasting.com. That's where you can find the show, subscribe, all those good things, leave us feedback, and also where you'll find us every 2 weeks. Thanks for listening to this episode. We'll see you in a fortnight.
Three, two.
Snaps.
What? Man, could you imagine if we had a real life soundtrack? General impressions
Crease.
of the PAX. What?
Increase.
It's kind of a long name. I guess maybe we should shorten that a little bit.
We can call it the sympathy segment.
Thanks,
People
buddy.
feel sympathy for you.